Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Arc 1 Light Bath Sconce. This is the 2013-11 awesome fixture. We sold a lot of them, even from photographs before they ever came out. Let's get into a lot of details on this. So this is the fixture itself, and there's two versions of this. There's a larger one and a smaller one. This is the smaller one. I want to show you the glass from the larger one so you get a pretty good perspective of how big the larger one really is. So it's good that you know which one to get. This is the 2013-11. That glass off the bigger guy, that one is the 2013-10. So all good to go there. Let's talk about something else though. I want to talk about metal finishes. So you'll notice on that pull-down menu that Hubbardton Forge offers this in only choice finishes, a couple of different finishes to play with, a few. However, let's say you're using a different finish in that bathroom like dark smoke or bronze or something like that, maybe for a ceiling fixture, and you want to match these up. You'll notice that you can't get that. You can't get this in that finish. However, we do offer custom finishes. So how we go about that is you would drop a quick email and say, I'm looking at the 2013-11 and I need it to be in dark smoke. Most likely this is going to be done in coastal dark smoke as a custom finish. And how you can see that is you can pop over to the Finishes Help Guide over on that side of the screen, kind of midway down or so. And on that Finishes Help Guide, just go all the way to the bottom and look at those outdoor coastal finishes. They mimic the indoor finishes beautifully. And when I've done these in coastal finishes before, that's what I've done. So like I said, you'll email me and say, I'm looking at the 2013-11 and I need it to be in coastal dark smoke or something like that. I'm going to take your email, I'm going to send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to come back to us with an answer. It'll add a little time and money, but it's something we do every day. I do a lot of customs with them, all day long actually. Okay, so let's hop into the size of the fixture itself. We're talking 8.1 inches from the top of the glass to the bottom here, and that's going to be, the bottom of that fixture is just a hair lower than the backplate on this. So 8.1, 6 inches wide. Projection from the wall out is coming in at 4.5, and that's going to be from here to the edge of this glass, which is coming right there. Backplate on this is 5 inches by 5 inches, and there's a little indentation here. So the true backplate, if you want to call it that, is a little smaller than the front part of the backplate, and the reason is because on the top and on the bottom you'll see those holes, and what those holes do is they mount screws onto what's called the mounting plate, and this goes on the wall. This is going to go over your junction box. What you guys have on your wall is this. This is a 4-inch J-box, so that's what's going to go on like that. So that's why this is indented just a little bit right on the sides there. So you won't be able to see those. It's a nice clean look. To show you more about that, I want to show you the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on the side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me and check it out. It's going to show you lots of different things. It's going to show you the setup of the backplate. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you just lots of great information that you wouldn't be able to necessarily get from looking at a video or looking at photographs. So take advantage of those install sheets. They're always out there for you guys to look at. I actually love this fixture. I think it's just beautifully balanced how you have this just simple line in the front and then this arced glass, which is great. And the glass itself is called slump glass. And slump glass, basically, if I take the bigger piece to show you, slump glass is made in a kiln, basically. The kiln is, think of like a giant, really heavy-duty oven that gets incredibly hot and allows glass to melt. So what they do is they have a form and they let the glass sit on top, and then it melts into that form. That's why you actually have a glossy side and you have an unglossy side on this. So art glass like this is commonly used and sold in high-end galleries. This is Hubbardton Forge. You know, they source their glass from some amazing places. So this is something that, you know, you ordinarily would buy in an art gallery, basically, and now you have it on your wall. That's why Hubbardton Forge is Hubbardton Forge. There's a big difference between them and everybody else, obviously. So, okay, so I want to talk about a few other things, and that's called white swirl, just so you know. Why don't we talk about the mounting height, and that's going to be the distance from the middle of the junction box to the bottom of the fixture, and that's coming in at 2.6 inches, and that's it for that, right? But now we want to talk about what's inside of this and what you can put into it, because don't forget, it is a light, and that's very important. It's going to be using what's called a medium base socket. So Inside of that nice metal housing, you have a porcelain socket. It's going to take a medium base bulb. It's what we all grew up with. It's a dimmable fixture, so put it on a dimmer if you guys want to go there. And it's going to be using what's called a Type B bulb. And a Type B bulb is just slightly smaller than, what you are used to, which is a Type A bulb. That's a B. So the idea is that it's skinnier. It's going to be able to fit behind there. And they make different types. They make a flame tip, and they make torpedoes, and these come in frosted or clear. This one's an incandescent. This one is an LED. If you want to go for incandescent, you're limited to a 60 watt. And most of these are going to be a 60 watt max anyway. And the ditto for the LED versions of those, I generally see those offered up to a 60 watt equivalent. However, you might be able to find something out there in the world that I haven't found yet that'll fit into this and be a little bit more, up there on the lumens count. Okay, so you can see how that beautifully fits in there, and it hides behind the glass right there too. Okay, it also hides behind the bar, so it kind of hides the filament back there. So, when we talk about the colors of light from LEDs, and I talk about it in every video. So LEDs, you're going to have a spectrum of light, right? You're going to have 2700 Kelvin is going to be the super yellow light, and depending on where you use this is kind of be which kind of light you want to do. So if I was going to use this in a dining room or maybe a living room, flanking a fireplace, I might go for the 2700 Kelvin because it would be that soft romantic light, right? However, in a bathroom, I'm not looking for a soft romantic light most of the time. I'm looking for a light that'll make me look good because I'm looking in the mirror and I want to be able to see what I look like. Does that make sense? And that's going to be more of a warm white, and that's what most of you guys are used to out there. All of our lights, we've had these incandescent bulbs, and they produced a warm white. And a warm white is 3000 Kelvin. So this is 3000 Kelvin. It's a nice warm white, makes everything look great, doesn't wash things out. There's another thing out there that you have to be wary of, and that's called daylight. So anytime you go out looking for LEDs and it says daylight and you think that's a warm light, that's not. That's a cold hospital waiting room light. That's 4000, 5000, 6000 on that Kelvin scale. So just keep in mind when you're out there looking, and you can get these anywhere. You can get them at Home Depot, you can get them at your local Ace Hardware, maybe even your grocery store or CVS, but you can also find them on Amazon. So all kinds of different places. So just try to zero in on like a 3000 Kelvin, 60 watt equivalent LED. Dimmable if you wanted to go dimmable. Most of the time in bathrooms you don't need a dimmable bulb, and you guys should be good to go. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, guys, have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.